All right. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Good morning. Dan the Glass Man here. You're watching The Glass Cast. This is episode 4 of The Glass Cast. So, this is a fourth one here. I've been trying to stay very consistent with a weekly podcast every Monday, but today, well, I guess today is Tuesday, right? Let me verify that. I do believe that today is Tuesday, April the 18th, which means that we have 2 more days, guys. 2 more days until our annual celebration of 420. So I don't know if you guys celebrate that or what's going on in your neck of the woods, but we definitely do that here in New Mexico. We actually went recreational a year ago. So over a year ago, we went recreational, and we've brought in, I don't know, a few 100 million in taxes and revenue, which is a very beautiful thing. And it's really helped out a lot of different funding and programming and things like that. So, with that being said, today we're gonna try to figure out what we're gonna talk about and what we're even gonna like watch and everything like that. So, um, bear with me a moment while I get this all set up. We'll make sure that the microphone is all set up, and we won't have the torch going today. The only reason why I might turn it on is if I need to use it to light up anything here while I put the videos on and have you guys watching things in the background there while I'm doing stuff over here on this side. So, but first things first, let's always make sure that we raise our glasses up for the morning. Cheers to you. This is hey, what's going on? All the way from Ecuador. Is that what you just said? Beautiful. Beautiful. Shout out from Ecuador all the way. I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're neighbors. Just kidding. We're from the Americas, so I guess, right? But thank you so much for tuning in and watching. So I'm a Garduño, and my family, I believe, comes through Mexico, and I don't know too much about how to speak Spanish. No habla español. No, uh, no bueno. Mi español es no bueno. But I can try, and from time to time, I might be able to pick up a few things, and I can learn a few things. I kind of cheated my way through high school in Spanish class, which is pretty stupid to do. But as a student at the time, I didn't care about much except for skateboarding and girls and playing guitar and going out and partying, and so I didn't study Spanish, and now I really wish that I would have. Oh, so you're Canadian, eh? Don't you know? Right on. So you know what? Actually, I just sent out a whole bunch. I wish I had one to show you. I make these water drops. I'm known for making glass. I'm a glass artist. You're a glazer. Oh, beautiful. So you do a different type of glass work. And so I've been doing glass blowing here on the torch. This is my torch right here, and my setup. I got all the equipment here and everything all set up. Got different tools that I use, the hand tools. Usually, my main go-to is using my tweezers, having my reamer, carbon graphite reamer, and then my paddle, having my paddle, and then the pad right here on the table. So yeah, this is what I've been doing for 27 years now, ever since 1995, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey of blowing glass and just right out of high school. I somehow was just fortunate to have a friend who he moved away from Albuquerque and went to Eugene, Oregon, and learned how to blow glass from a gentleman named Red, I believe, some hippie dude. I guess I call him a gentleman. He's a hippie, and I'm sure he's a glassblower, right? And so this individual was taught by an individual known as Bob Snodgrass. And Bob Snodgrass is like the pioneer of glass blowing when it comes to fuming. When it comes to using pieces of silver. Let me see if I can actually find the silver on here. Maybe not. But here on the tip of this glass, there's like a little tiny chunk of silver on here, and then we put it in the flame, and it evaporates that silver. It's pure silver, 0.925 silver, and we melt that, evaporate it onto the surface of the glass. So you'll put it in the glass, and then it'll fume into, like, you see this color is all clear. All of this glass right here is clear, but you can see then it starts to like get the fumes and the metallics and everything like that. So we can put metallic lusters and things like that in glass. And so I started out blowing glass, making beads, learning how to make pipes, little simple pipes and things like that. But making a lot of jewelry, making beads, making pendants, learned how to make bracelets, learned how to make different sculptures, and a lot of different things. Even really cool spinning tops. I probably can't spin this, but yeah, like that's a tiniest little surface there. But and it didn't break. And so I've been doing glass for a long time, making a lot of different things, making goblets. I started putting cremains into glass for individuals who've lost their loved ones. And I've become a devotee of Krishna. So in times when I'm doing those things that are very spiritual and very sacred, then I cleanse the room. I smudge, I sage it, a white sage, and we smudge it and clear the space and make sure that my headspace is clear. And then we go into chanting and prayers and everything for the individuals whenever I'm working on those kind of things. And then in the last few years, I got involved with the whole Water is Life movement. And during Standing Rock, I got involved with a special presentation at the Gathering of Nations powwow here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And they were doing a special presentation, which maybe we should watch that. That would actually be a pretty cool thing to check out and watch. So let me try to set this up here real quick. We'll see if I can even do this. Got the camera all set up at a weird angle here. So, but let's see if I can make this happen. Buffalo dance. We just look up buffalo dance. Gathering of Nations, or GON 2017. And from there it should pop up. So we'll be able to go to the screen here on this side. So let me actually situate y'all here, and then I can even read the comments a little bit better. And we'll see if we can get this to work out. This might be a little bit different. All right, so we're gonna try to set y'all up. Yeah, and we'll be able to have this screen here right behind me somehow, just like that. Okay, that looks all right. Might be get that to work. Maybe I'll just slide over a little bit just to make an adjustment just like that, and I'll turn off that light real quick. So, and sorry about that. Our signal goes in and out all the time. We're also really close to the Kirtland Air Force Base, so I don't know if because we're close to the base, if they actually shut out our signal, close down from time to time. I'm really not sure, so I do apologize for that. And I lost a viewer here who was in for a minute, and we were talking about glass and talking about my whole beginnings of glass and stuff like that. Getting started back in '95, and how I've been doing glass for about 27 years now. And basically it's been something that I've really loved. And what, I don't know what I would have done. I didn't really have any plans, after high school. I was pretty much like, I didn't have plans to go to college. I, when I went to high school, it was just to go to high school and have fun. I wasn't going to set myself up for college. I didn't plan to get any kind of scholarships or anything into anywhere. So, I was never taught that. My parents never taught me how to prepare for college or get into college or anything like that. So, I never did that. And so, fortunately, one of my best friends, he ended up leaving from where from the area that we had grew up in, here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he ended up becoming a very successful glass artist, and he taught me. I was the very first student that he ever taught. So after he learned in Eugene, Oregon, from an individual named Red, who was taught by Bob Snodgrass. Bob Snodgrass is the legendary glass artist who figured out how to use the fuming. So that's what I was talking about in the room there before we got so rudely interrupted. I don't know why the signal just cuts in and out. I was gonna do some. Oh, I was gonna shut off this light here. So give me one moment. Let me shut off this light so we don't have this crazy glare here in the screen, and I'll be right back. All right, so that should be better there. And then I'm next to all of my smoking apparatuses and everything, so that's nice. The only thing is let's see if we'll be able to get the live chat going and be able to read all the live chat. So we did have Ecuador Raw and Real, and he was here for a moment, and I guess he was from Canada. I was talking about how we just recently sent out a whole bunch of Earth drops, which I don't know if I have any to show you guys. I don't think I have any on hand here. I'm looking around. I do have this. This is a brand new blue drop, all translucent. It's a really beautiful blue instead of the dark cobalt, because indoors the dark cobalt actually tends to look black, and we don't want that. We don't want any oil in our water, so that's why we tend to go for the clear water, clear water drops. All right, so let's get this thing turned on here, and we'll see if we can actually make this happen right behind me. So this might be a little bit different of a feed. Let me make sure that I can also put the mute on real quickly. That way we don't have any issues with that as well. And we will need the keyboard, of course. So yeah, I started blowing glass back in 1995. And I've loved being able to do this for a living. Like I said, I had no idea what I was going to do for my life. I was always into art. I took a lot of art classes in high school, but they weren't set up geared towards doing anything as far as going to college or, anything like that. It was basically just, I just went to school, just go to school and learn things. I took courses because I was interested in learning about those things, and so that's why I learned certain things and got into certain things. So we were just watching a documentary on oh yeah, I think I may also have a better view for you as well, so that way it won't be so bright. I think I've set up how to oh, maybe that is it, because that one's like super bright. Yeah, okay, so that one is the better quality. It's already set up there. All right, so I just wanted to make sure, but we were watching some something here on. There, go away. Go away. A documentary called "Cannabis Stigmatized Wonder Drug," and by Endeavor documentary. So that's what we were just watching here. It was all right. So I don't know. I was gonna actually show you guys the video. That's what was happening. We were talking about the buffalo dance and how I started getting involved with the water drops. And this here is a honey drop. So you just saw the blue one, but this one here is basically a honey drops to make it look like it's made out of honey, which I'll have a bunch of those hopefully this Saturday for Earth Day. Earth Day is coming up. I don't know if you guys are going to be celebrating Earth Day or not, but I celebrate Earth Day every year, and I do what I can to help out with the environment. You know, one of the biggest things is investing in Norwex and getting my wife to become a consultant. And she loves selling Norwex. It's an amazing product to basically get you away from all the toxic chemicals and the cleaners and everything. So I even have one right here actually on me. Um, and that one I've been using for, I've been actually sick. And so I've been using it for blowing my nose. It's a body cloth. And what's awesome is I can just basically rinse it out and reuse it and rinse it and reuse it and wash it. And it has silver embedded in it. So it helps to remove all the bacteria and stop to spread. You know, it doesn't spread any bacteria and everything. So that's the beauty of Norwex. But I wanted to share with you guys the buffalo dance and how I got involved with the drop of water and getting all my glass, you know, into all around the world to many different water protectors and everything. And so, yeah, I wanted to share with you the buffalo dance because this is where my glass art it basically turned into something completely new and different, where I turned my glass and um, converted my glass into more of just an artwork for myself, but more of a mission, more of a cause, to be able to talk about water, water's life, why water is important, and all the different issues and everything that we're facing today. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on with the train derailments and all the chemical spills, and you know, it seems like it's like way too much, way too coincidental. There's so much going on, and and it seems like it's kind of set up, you know, and to me, I feel like it probably is. I can't say 100% that it is, but I do feel it that way. All right, so here's a lot of individuals from OK Winge. Here's a Buffalo Dance Acoma. 7 days ago, Easter Sunday celebration. Oh, beautiful. So see, these are some of my friends here from Acoma, Pueblo, and and these are OK Winge, and they go out dancing the white buffalo, and they wear the drop of water. But here it is, the United Buffalo Dance. Here's a 12-minute video of it here. And so this video here, this is the beginning of the drop of water. So the drop of water is a clear water drop. You know, it looks identical to this here, to the amber drop, the honey drop. And it represents water, clean drinking water for all. It's a manifestation of clean drinking water for all generations to come. And that's actually the shirt that I'm wearing here is actually a water protector shirt that was designed by Legion Cortez, and he is a water protector, I believe, from Santo Domingo, Pueblo. And so he designed this water protector shirt here, this shield, this, you know, to represent the protection of the water and all the four directions and the sun, the moon, the rain, the protection here of everything to basically keep it safe. And so there's a lot that goes into this here. And in the video here behind us, right there. So we'll pause it here. These individuals that are walking out now, and we'll put this to full screen. These individuals who are walking out right now are my friends from from Acoma. Sorry, I was about to say Santa Ana. I have another friend from Santa Ana as well, who I actually met here, or met a day later, or a couple days later. But these individuals are the only individuals who are wearing the drop of water. So when they start walking through here in a moment, you may see them wearing the drop of water on their neck here. And I'll try to point them out to you. There's several individuals here. Yeah, so here's a few right here. There's Effie and all our friends here. There's an individual wearing the drop. There's another drop. All right there. So if I rewind that just slightly. Oh yeah, right there. You can see him wearing the drop right there. And there's another drop right there. You can see it. And so, yeah, there's 19 individuals who were gifted the drop of water, the clear drops, to be worn as part of their regalia during this ceremony here at the Gathering of Nations powwow in 2017. This is the Buffalo Dance. And this individual right here, let's rewind that back just slightly. Bless you, bless you. So, my family's just now waking up. I was trying to go live in the other room here, and for some reason the signal just isn't working there. So this individual right here is Orlando Cruz, and I met him a couple days later at Santa Felipe Pueblo during the feast day. As you can see, he's carrying the staff here that has the 7 feathers to represent the 7 generations, and it has the Constantine wire. And this is the staff that was offered and honored to the family of the Gathering of Nations, and for hosting this, and hosting the Buffalo Dance, and hosting all these individuals here who had come from Standing Rock, and also from all the different pueblos from around the world. So this is them here now entering into the Tingley Coliseum, onto the floors of the powwow for the Buffalo Dance. And there's only 19 individuals who are wearing the drop of water during this time. And at the time, I did not know this. I figured that when they asked me to if I could make them the water drops so they could wear them with the regalia, and that they already asked, and if they got permission, that they were really hoping that I would do that for them. And of course, I was honored that they even asked me to do that for them. So this is where the drop of water began. It's a journey. I started making it in November of 2016, but it was a dark cobalt blue water drop that was very dark in the inside. And after a while, it reminded me of what oil would look like in the water. Now, we did not want dirty water. We wanted clean drinking water. So that's why I changed it over to the clean, clear glass water drops that the individuals are wearing in. I'm not sure if they've entered yet, or yeah, they're actually in the far back in the far back over there in the white buffalo. And those are the individuals who are wearing the drop of water. And then you can see on the side over here that there are other individuals who are singing and drumming and singing for the buffalo dance. And and so these songs here are very sacred songs. Here, I'll let them play out a little bit. So this is a very, very sacred dance here. Very sacred song, Minnie Witoni song that was written for this buffalo dance specifically. And these individuals, 19 individuals, came together from 3 different pueblos. I know from Acoma, from Santo Domingo, and a third one, which I'm not sure. It could be San Felipe, but I'm not 100% certain on that. And so these individuals, and there you can see our Orlando Cruz there, and many others who I didn't even know. My brother Jeff is here now, who's basically adopted me in, and he's just right in there, and I had no idea I was standing right next to these individuals who eventually became my brothers, my native brothers here. And all these individuals, there's Dean, there's so many others, so many individuals that I had the honor of meeting and gifting and honoring them with the drop of water for putting their lives on the lines to protecting water, to dedicating their lives um, to standing on the front lines at Standing Rock, putting their bodies on the front lines and actually physically protecting the water. And then, there are many other individuals in this world who do what they can to help honor the water, and they protect the water in all their different ways. So, whether you're on the front lines or whether you're protecting the water in your own home, you will be gifted the drop of water. Just let me know if you're a water protector or not, and we'll make sure that you're gifted and honored. Or if you know water protectors, if you know individuals um, who are deserving of this gift, just please reach out anytime to me and let me know. I may ask for a few dollars for shipping costs. I can't afford to ship out to everyone around the world, to all the different water protectors around the world, but I can definitely make sure that we can get them to all the locals and everyone here, without worrying about shipping. And anyone else that we need to, we can get them out to you for, $5 to $10, something like that. So this is a buffalo dance here, which 19 individuals wearing the drop of water during this very sacred ceremony as part of their regalia. And after this ceremony, then many other individuals who were part of this, I started gifting them out. I had 200 water drops on me that day, and I started gifting them to many other individuals here. And then several days later, Santa Felipe Pueblo, they hosted their feast day, and the public is welcome to join them in their feast day. And so my friends who are dancing and singing in this ceremony here, they wanted to make it to the feast day, but they couldn't afford the gas. However, they had enough gas to make it to Albuquerque, and I told them that if they could come get me, and we could go to the feast day together, that I feel it's important that we're there, that we need to be there. And so I paid their way to make sure that they made it there and back. and got them gas money, and we made it there. And as soon as we made it there, our journey split ways, and I right away then I met the individual that I was speaking of, Orlando Cruz here, who was the one who came in with the staff that they then honored to the individuals here, to the family of the Gathering of Nations powwow, for inviting them and opening up their doors to the water protectors from Standing Rock and to all the different pueblos. So this is the first time in, I believe, 400 years that all 19 pueblos from Standing Rock, or sorry, all 19 pueblos from New Mexico, all dance together. Uh, and this is a very, very sacred dance here. This has not happened again. This is the first time in 400 years, maybe even 500 years, that all 19 pueblos from New Mexico all joined together and gathered to sing and dance in prayer and in ceremony for water, and to honor all the water protectors from Standing Rock, and to honor. Some homework? Yeah, we can do some homework in a little bit. He's got some water, water homework, and so, this is a very honorable thing to have happened. We have to thank our friend Skimmy, who I believe, I don't want to be wrong about it, so I don't want to even say, but he's a from one of the pueblos here in New Mexico, and he's from Emergence Productions, and Emergence Productions is the company or organization that put together the Buffalo Dance and put together all of the songs. He wrote the songs, and he put together all the drumming, and he put together all the 19 pueblos for the first time ever in 19 years. So it's a huge thing that this happened. This is when you can bring all 19 pueblos together, that's a beautiful thing. That's the unification process of what the Hopi prophecy has been speaking of, and what's been slowly fulfilling is the reuniting of all the different tribes of the earth to come together. Not just the Native Americans from North America, but all of the Native Americans from all the Americas, as well as all the other continents, from Africa, from Tibet, and from the northern countries of the snow, like Norway, Sweden, those places like that. And all of these individuals are to come together, and unite once again as brothers and sisters, all under the same creator. And so this here is the unification of all 19 pueblos in New Mexico, which is a beautiful thing. And so I was and I am extremely honored to have been a part of this this ceremony, to be a part of this history in the making here, to be a part of the Hopi prophecy that's slowly being fulfilled, day after day after day. And so I'm going to keep this glass cast short here today, being that I'm not blowing glass. And I guess I wanted to just share a little bit about the drop of water, and talking about the journey with the drops, and also talking about the earth. It's extremely important that we're honoring the water, but it's also important that we honor the air. We honor the food. We honor all the different elements, the water, the fire, the earth, and I don't want to do and the air, and of course the ether as well. And all of these different elements, the four elements, the four sacred elements, we bring them all together as one, and that's the holding together of it all, the center of the four colors, the medicine wheel that brings it all together. And we are to get to that point once again, and So it's been an honor to be able to honor the water, to honor all these different individuals, water protectors. But it's also important that we honor all the air protectors, all the fire protectors, all the earth protectors. There's many different individuals here on this planet that have a job to do, and that's what we're all coming together for, is to understand all the teachings that we've known from time immemorial, that we're now bringing back in, into our daily lives. Whatever it is that we do, whether we're artists. That I'm a glass artist, but yet we still can share story. We can still share knowledge. We can still share a lot of sacredness that's going on. Even though I haven't been around since time immemorial in this body, I understand the journey of the soul and the eternal spirit soul, and this journey, our Mother Earth, to honor all that we have provided from Mother Earth. All the different sacred foods, the water, everything that holds us here. Earth provides us with shelter. It provides all the living animals with everything that we need here. No, not yet, Boogie. And so we are honoring Earth this April 22nd, and every year on the 22nd is Earth Day. And so for us, there's a place called La Montanita Co-op. It's a natural food grocers store, and they normally have an Earth Day event. They bring out music, they have a celebration all day, a lot of vendors. They have individuals who come out with all their plants. They have all their baby plants out there for sale, and all their different, many different things for sale, right? And so Earth Day, we tend to come out, and that's when I can talk about the drop of water. We can talk about the importance of water and why we need clean drinking water for generations to come. How we can individually, on a daily basis, we can do whatever that we can as far as, like I said earlier, investing in Norwex, being able to remove all the toxic chemicals and cleaners from your own home, so that way with confidence that you're not putting any chemicals into the water supply, because our water that comes out the tap and it goes into the drains, that's the same drinking water that they clean for us to use from the taps once again. It's the same water, and it gets recycled through. So the less dirty it is and the less contaminated it is, the easier it's going to be for them to clean it up and to purify it for us to drink once again. So also, with Earth Day coming up, it's good to bring up awareness of what all these things that are going on. There's a lot of stuff happening with the train derailments and the chemical spills and all this stuff that's going on. Plus, you have the lines that are going in the skies every day, and all the cloud seeding that they're calling it, which the aerosol canvassing is dropping a lot of different particulates onto us, on the population here, and we're having to breathe it in daily, and we don't know what's really in there and what's going on. Excuse me. I've been a little bit sick. It's actually been affecting me for the last few days, but I'm pretty much over it. I had a fever and a really bad head cold, which turned into like a sinus infection now, so I'm having to use my Norwex cloth for blowing my nose, which I'm trying not to do on camera right now. I'm doing the best I can. So with the whole Earth, it's up to us to do what we can as individuals on, taking little baby steps. Like, you don't have to go out on the front lines like some of these individuals did and physically protect the water against the U.S. military and the U.S. police force and hired security, private security forces, and individuals with dogs who are ready to maul children and women and elders and anyone. Like, it didn't matter. And so that's why it's important to speak of Standing Rock and what happened there at Standing Rock. And it's also extremely important to speak about all the different things that are going on right now, like the train derailments and the chemical explosions and all the factories that are catching fire and exploding and all the different uh, individual events that are going on these days, catastrophic events that are happening that, we, it seems like it's just amazing that it's, and almost coincidental that this is all just happening all at the same time, right? And so I don't know if you heard the term polypandemic or polycrisis, but it's many pandemics or many crises happening all at once. They coined this term a couple years ago, a year or two ago at least, and during the whole lockdowns and shutdowns and the whole pandemic and everything, they said that in the near future we were going to have many more incidents or events like this that were going to be global and many of them happening at once, and it was going to become like a polypandemic or a polycrisis. And so now we have a lot of things that are going on all at once, including the weather. We have a lot of storms happening on the west coast, with California being dumped with the most amount of snow ever in Utah. I was watching an individual who was trying to dig out his 3-story cabin just a few days ago. 3 stories. They're climbing up through the 3rd-story floor to get into that top loft doorway. I guess he has a little porch patio thing that steps out right there, and they have to enter through there to get into the house. And they started trying to dig it out. We'll see in part 2 how far they've actually come. They did dig a tunnel all the way down to the front door. The front door was buckling in. So, you got all these catastrophic events in California on the west coast and in Utah, and like all this snow everywhere, snowpacks up in the northern states. Canada, I'm sure, is getting all this as well. And then you have really hot, like right now, we're getting 80s and 90-degree weather here in the southwest in Albuquerque, which isn't too far from Utah. So you got snowpacks in Utah, and then just barely down south right here, we're like sitting 80 and 90-degree weather, and you get these cold and hot spells that are mixing together, which creates very torrential thunderstorms and rainstorms and tornadoes. And so now we've got tornadoes happening a lot earlier in the season than what tornado season would usually start. I believe tornado season starts May through August, September, something like that. And now we're getting it in March. Very early, extremely early, guys. So we got these extreme weather patterns going on and a lot of stuff that's happening these days, guys. So with that being said, we're going to do what we can to educate the public on these things that are going on, the poly crisis and poly pandemics and all these contaminations going on. It seems to be in a lot of the same kind of areas, and these areas may soon be deemed as no-go zones. I do know that in the Agenda 2030 manuscripts, it claims that that the federal companies that be, I don't know who it's going to be, the CDC or different individuals, but that they can come in and basically deem an area or a region unfit, uninhabitable to live in, and they can basically evict or tell people that they need to evacuate, so they can evacuate or evict people from their land, from their homes, tell them it's no longer safe to ever go again, and then they're without, they lose their homes, whether they paid it off entirely or they still got payments going, and they have to make payments to the bank still at that point. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. The money situation's happening, but very soon these places are going to be deemed as no-go zones, and I just implore you to keep on following up on these different events, and make sure you're paying attention to what's going on, and do as much research that you possibly can as possible to educate yourself, so that way you're not just taking my word for it or anyone else's word for it, that you can actually see what's going on, and you can I mean, there's so many videos just on here alone, and so many different articles, and so many PDF files, and everything. I mean, the World Wide Web. Don't limit yourself to just Facebook and TikTok and Twitter and those things like that. Make sure that you dive in to the World Wide Web. Just don't get caught up in it. It is a web, so be careful not to get caught up there. But do what you can to really learn about how you can become an earth protector and stepping into your role as a steward, as a guardian of this vessel. That's the true importance of why we're here as humans, as the human race, is to become in service to help out all living creatures on this planet, to help out each other, so we can succeed in living in a more beneficial way, in a more harmonious way. You know, if you listen to the Hopi prophecy, I'll put a link down below or in the description, and I implore everyone to watch this video, and it speaks on the Hopi prophecies and what's to come, and how we've missed the boat many different times, several different times, and we will have an opportunity very soon once again that all 4 of the different peoples of the planet can come together, and we can then get into that healing circle and session, and we can be at that round table together to speak on how we can become more prosperous in peace and happiness and the unification of all. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to The Glass Craft. This is The Glass Cast, not The Glass Craft. This is The Glass Cast, episode 4. I'm Dan the Glass Man. This is The Glass Man's World, and I hope you have a beautiful Earth Day, as well as a happy 420 coming up here on Thursday. And be safe, and also be effective, you guys. All right, much love and blessings. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.